What is up, all Andy's leaders and all listeners? This is Travis, and I am so thankful you are here. Welcome to the Custard Campus Podcast. Hey, we're setting up goal setting part 2. Looking forward to this. I've been getting some communication from leaders who are already thinking about what 2026 is going to look like. Love that. Shout out to everyone who's been working through the goal setting content from the rallies and sending me your wins and questions. You're all doing the work and you're going to put it in and it's going to bring success. If you missed goal setting part 1, here's a quick recap. We asked a big question. What do you want? Not what your parents want, not what your friends want, not what your current schedule wants, but what you want. High performers have a future picture of themselves in their mind. That's where we talked about vision boards, mental rehearsal, and how seeing your future every day literally primes your brain to notice the right opportunities and make better decisions. Then we moved through Gary Keller's goal setting to now system, that big someday vision, 5-year targets, 1-year focus, setting up your GPS for that year, big goals, priority strategies, the 411, yearly goal, monthly focus, weekly actions, and then time blocking, the daily task list, and coping with the whirlwind instead of letting the whirlwind run you. We also shared that when people have clear goals and feedback, productivity can jump from 11 to 30%, and around 80% of people perform better when they know where they're headed and how to get there. That's alignment. Okay, before we move forward though, I want to talk about today's sponsor. Here we go. Custard Campus, the place you can find what you're looking for. Campus has some great updates for your holiday season. Candy cane, Andy Nog, everything that makes the season merry and bright. It's all about hospitality and not forgetting to let those guests know about their up-a-cup treats. Thank you, Custard Campus, for your support. Now back to it. All right. Today, goal setting part 2. If part 1 was our GPS and game plan, part 2 is about clarity and execution. How leaders turn goals into something their team can see, feel, and execute every single shift. We're going to hit on 6 big moves. So let's take these notes. High performers, take notes. All right, leaders see outcomes first. One of the most important jobs a leader does is casting that vision. We talked about that. Painting a clear picture of what winning looks like, our North Star. If you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there. Vision is bigger than just a number. It's what guests experience when they walk around our property, up to our big glass box, how our crew feels working here, and what our reputation is in our markets. All right, cheat code. If you can't say the win in one sentence, it's not clear enough. Here's a simple way to write it. Let's call it the outcome statement. Use this as a template. By the end of 2026, our store is the place where blank happens every shift because blank matters. All right, let's fill in the blanks in language we can all actually say and remember every time we come in. All right, here we go. Here's some examples. By the end of 2026, our store is the place where every guest is greeted and leaves smiling because warmth matters. How about by the end of 2026, our store is the place where prep keeps fresh and we never 86 because consistency matters. Or by the end of 2026, our store is the place where loyalty is offered to every guest every time because we want fans, not just customers. All right, don't overcomplicate it. Grab an index card, write it on the whiteboard. Literally write that sentence out. Read it at go meetings. Put it in the office where you see it when you clock in. When people know the picture of the win, the numbers finally mean something. Keep it simple. All right, number 2, make goals specific and challenging. And we're going to roll right into number 3, SMART goals. Now that we have a picture, we need the scoreboard. This is where most goals fall apart. Listen to this. Goal sounds like this. Improve loyalty. Get faster. Have better training. Those are wishes, not goals. Leaders write goals that are specific and challenging. Here's what that might sound like at Andy's. By August 30th, 2026, increase loyalty attachment from X to Y while holding peak hour speed of service at under blank seconds, measured weekly on our scoreboard. It follows our example from what we just talked about in number 1, but puts it into a direct, specific, and challenging goal. Notice a few things. It has a clear metric, loyalty attachment. It has a starting point and a target, X to Y. It contains a healthy constraint. We don't tank speed just to hit loyalty, right? It has a deadline, August 30th, 2026. It's challenging, not impossible, but it's not a layup either. Research on goal setting has been telling us the same thing for decades. Specific, difficult goals outperform vague and easy ones almost every time. You see this in big QSR brands too. For example, McDonald's publicly set a goal to reach 50,000 restaurants by 2027 and grow their loyalty program from about 150 million to 250 million active users, all in the same window. They track it, report on it, and adjust strategy along the way. They're also sharing it with the entire world. Talk about accountability. So how do we bring that kind of clarity to our stores? Well, again, like I just said, this is number 3, SMART goals. Take that loyalty goal and run it through the SMART system. All right. S, specific. Increase loyalty attachment from X to Y while keeping speed of service at our blank seconds tracked on our weekly scorecard. Very specific. M, measurable. We can see the numbers, loyalty percentage by week on our scorecards. A, achievable. It should stretch our team, but still be realistic with our current resources, staffing, and volume. R, we got to make it relevant. Well, loyalty does it. Loyalty attaches to repeat visits, check growth, and team momentum. This is not a random metric. It drives the business and our crew's success. And then T, time bound, by August 30th, 2026, with monthly milestones and weekly check-ins. Pair that with our outcomes sentence, right? By the end of 2026, our store is a place where every guest gets invited into loyalty and feels like a regular because relationships matter more. That's awesome, right? Now the crew has a story and a score that is simple to remember and strategic and challenging. This is awesome. This will be so much fun. All right, big move number 4. If you want real commitment from your team, don't just walk in and announce the goal, though. Facilitate it as a leader. Here's the flow. Team participation first. Instead of, here's the goal, try, what does winning look like in this store for 2026 from your perspective? It's a great question while you're hanging out on the line, doing some prep work, just having fun. Just get the team involved. How about some others? What's getting in the way right now? If we could fix one thing this year that would make your life easier and guests happier, what would it be? You're not just collecting ideas. You're building ownership with your team. They'll all come together. Take all that input and narrow it down with the team to 1 to 3 clear goals. Ask, which of these, if we actually achieved it, would make the biggest difference in our lives, in our store? Which are truly willing to work for, not just talk about? What do we want? Goals that the team helps shape are way more realistic and way more motivating than goals that just drop from the sky. Once you decided, go public with the goal. Write them on the whiteboard where everyone can see. Put them in go meetings. Create a simple scoreboard. Public goals create healthy pressure and share identity. This is what we are chasing. All right, big move number 5. Don't just set a goal. Build an action plan. Going a little bit back to that plan accountability. How, who, what, and when. Now you've got the goal. You got to get this part down. Most people skip it. A goal without a plan is just a nice sentence on a wall. We're going to keep this simple with 4 questions. How, who, what, and when. All right, here we go. Quick 15-minute SWOT, all right? Grab your leaders, your team, and answer these fast. Strengths. What are we already good at that helps this goal? Example, we have 3 rock stars who crush loyalty conversions. That's great. Let's use them, see what they do. Weaknesses. What habits or processes are hurting us? Example, we forget to ask for loyalty when we're in a rush. Opportunities. What plays are available? Do we need to do a training refresh? Simple scripts, station layout changes, and incentives or fun contest. And then last but not least, threats. What might derail us? Could it be turnover, school schedules, staffing gaps, equipment issues? This doesn't have to be a big deal. All right, then who? We've got to clarify roles. Who is responsible? Who does the work? Who's updating all these things? Maybe that's a shift lead or a point person. Who's accountable, owns the outcome? Usually that's a GM or the primary leader. Who's consulted? Who can help with this? A training lead, a DM, another GM? Who needs to be informed? Well, the whole team needs to be informed. Now plug it into your plan for the year, month, week structure, year. Hit Y percentage loyalty by August 30th, 26. Break it down by the month. This month we want +3 points. Week, we practice the same close script. We capture numbers at the end of each shift. Then time block the work. Set a weekly calendar reminder to update the scoreboard. Protect one block each week if you're a GM to review progress and figure out how to coach. If it's not on the calendar, it's a wish. All right, last but not least, number 6, track progress with distal and proxial goals. The last piece, track your progress so people don't burn out or lose focus. Think in terms of distal and proxial goals. Distal goal is the big finish line. It's a little bit far away. Hit Y loyalty attachment by August 30th, 2026. Monthly proximal goal, increase loyalty attachment by 3 percentage points this month. Weekly, hey, every shift lead runs the same 20-second loyalty close script and we track scans. Now, progress doesn't feel like, oh, we're just stuck at this number and August is so far away. It feels like, hey, we hit our 3-point jump this month, or we improved 1% this week. We hit 3 shifts in a row where every guest was invited into loyalty. Those small wins are rocket fuel for young teams. They show the effort is working even before the big finish line is crossed. Let me tie this together with a story. A few summers in, weekend mornings were rough. Big days, huge prep loads, lots going on. We were trying to prep, serve, maybe inhale a sandwich, and by noon, it felt like we'd already run a marathon. At the time, my reality was chaos. Tickets, phone calls, deliveries, random fires. We weren't leading the shift. We were surviving it. I remember picturing something different. I wanted a shift we were calm, prepared, and ahead of the game, where the next shift didn't feel like we were always behind. So we set one bold, specific goal. Let preppers prep. We know there were a couple people who were aces at prep, fast, focused. They didn't mind the chaos of a big list. In fact, they kind of loved it. They preferred days. Hey, I didn't. I preferred nights. Perfect. Here's how we turn this into execution. Well, 1, outcome in plain language. We literally said, by the end of 3 weeks, our store is a place where prep happens every shift because sanity matters. Everyone could repeat that. 2, Leader goal, specific plus challenging. Within 3 weeks, the schedule would reflect that philosophy. Aces in the right prep spots, clear backup positions. We also created new prep lists that were proactive instead of reactive. What needed to be done before the rush, not during it. 3 through 6, we're going to throw the SMART breakdown. Specific, aces in places. Prep all the time. Measurable. Daily checklist for prep. Notes in the logbook. Was prep done before this time? What slowed us down? Achievable. Hey, we adjusted schedules and responsibilities to make it actually possible. Not just a nice quote on the wall. Relevant. Smooth prep meant less stress, faster service, better guest experience, and honestly, just nicer versions of all of us. Time bound. We gave ourselves 3 weeks, then look for improvement week by week. We did it together, and it provided us all with value. We still get hit with weird curveballs? Of course. Equipment goes down, someone calls off, surprise bus shows up. But because the goal was clear and the plan was specific, we tracked it daily. We moved from chaos to controlled chaos. All right? That's the power of goal setting execution. All right, big points and some cheat codes here. Write it down and make it visible. Put it everywhere. Over-communicate it. Limit your big goals. You don't need 37 of them for 2026. Pick 1 to 3 that really matter, that can really change lives. Connect store goals to personal goals. Ooh, what could provide accolades, prizes, boost to your resume? When people see how it helps them, they commit. Make sure goals are a team sport, not homework. Don't just walk in and announce the goal. Build it with the team. Everybody will commit and take ownership of it. Bake goals into your rhythm. Talk about it in goal meetings all the time. Put progress on simple scoreboards. Celebrate small wins constantly, even if it's just 1%. All right. My goal is that you learn something today, and then you can use it to get closer to making your dreams come true. I'm here to serve everyone, not change anything, just support great leadership and decision-making. Keep engaging and share the content. That's it for today. If you need anything, email me at travis@evenings.com. Here we go. Leadership is portion control for chaos. The right amount at the right time, every time. Go win the day.